So I hear you ask, why did you travel 6,000 miles to buy a fish? Honestly, are you mad? This journey begins here at Heathrow Airport in London. I have around 10 hours of flying to do before landing in Tokyo. And that's because this weekend, people from across the world were gathering for an event that could only exist in Japan. My goal was to find the perfect fish for my pond back at home, but first I needed a taxi. And also find my friend Ivo, as it's him who's going to be showing me around on this trip. Do you know Nishikigoi? Nishikigoi?
Nishikigoi?
Yeah.
カープ、インターネット、SNS で錦鯉
Yeah.
コメディアンでヒットします。
Okay. Bye bye.
I hope you will have a good time in Japan.
Thank you. The Japanese people I'd met so far seemed polite and very friendly, but let's be honest, 6,000 miles is a long way to go and get a fish. Especially as this aquatic shop is about 5 minutes from my house, and there's plenty of fish down here. But you see, Japan is the home of koi. It's where this type of colourful carp originated, and ever since I built my first pond, age 15, I've just slowly got more and more obsessed by koi, especially the really big, friendly ones. Anyway, last year I gave away one of my koi as it turned out to be a rather aggressive male fish and constantly harassed the other fish in the pond. But once located in a new, much larger pond, it left my own garden looking a little empty. So here I was in Japan, searching for the perfect fish to bring home. See ya! The taxi driver had gifted me a lucky charm, but seconds later, the ground started to shake.
Did you feel the earthquake?
Yeah, what was that all about? At magnitude 4.8, I wasn't surprised when we heard our train was going to be late. Take me to the koi.
We are going to the koi, it's going to be amazing.
During the quake, the ground shook for approximately 2 minutes, but once at the station, we were informed that our train was delayed by 40 seconds. I think maybe we need a few tremors in England to get our rail service into shape.
Are you excited, Carl?
Oh yeah. The All Japan Koi Show. Essentially the only time I'm ever going to see this many big, beautiful and prized koi all in one place, ever. The 54th All Japan Combined Nishikigoi Show. Here we are. Oh, is that it? Instead, I was taken aback to find over 1,000 koi are entered into this event, and judging of these fish had taken place the day before my arrival. The presence that some of these fish actually have, they are just fish, but when they sit in a bowl of water next to you, and their mass, their volume is equal to that of a child. Like, fish aren't supposed to be this colourful and this big, surely. It's unnatural. Unnatural is correct in a sense, because although carp were a wild animal found in Asia, it's what humans have done to carp by selectively breeding them over time that's resulted in the huge variation of the species. From fat round mirror carp in Germany, bred to have less and less scales so that they were easier to eat, through to the heavily scaled carp in the UK, bred by fishermen for their looks. Cyprinus carpio is a fish which is different in every country you visit. It just so happens that the Japanese farmers of 100 or so years ago chose to breed the ones that displayed pretty colours and almost used them as an art form rather than a food source. Now we're moving down towards what seems to be the important fish. It's just a different feeling in this room. Everyone's a little bit more serious, I guess. They even got flowers for this one. And that's because as a result of the voting amongst koi breeders and dealers, this fish had been chosen as Grand Champion. Taking the top spot as the best koi in the world is what puts a massive price tag on certain fish. In the past, fish deemed to have champion potential have sold at auction for upwards of $1 million. And at the show, even the small fish were probably worth many thousands of pounds. I'm glad that little guy got a prize. Well done, little yellow dude. Well done on your prize. Look at it. It looks like a ball of flaming lava. I love it. I'd found one that I liked. In fact, I found quite a few that I liked. But as we've already expressed, these guys aren't for sale. Or at least not to those on my salary. Instead, we turned our attention to food, something you can find quite easily in Tokyo. In fact, eating and drinking in Japan is very affordable, and the produce is of extremely high quality. Well, it would appear we found the popular street. And what is going on over here? But the public weren't really here for food. No, this was a religious ceremony, a parade, donation, worship sort of thing. Don't worry, that's not what you think it is. In fact, this symbol has been used in Asia for over 5,000 years, and these days is associated with good luck within the Buddhist religion. In Japan, the two main religions, Buddhism and Shintoism, focus heavily on nature and respect for the world around us, which I really like because for me, nature is my religion. I have respect, admiration, and faith in the natural world. Apart from humanity. That part's a little tricky.
See, one of those koi down there isn't real.
That's true.
There's two real koi and the other one is a decoy.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that was so bad.
I have also just realised that we have been left completely alone in this giant exhibition centre full of millions of pounds worth of koi. The Japanese people are so trusting and respectful of one another and of these fish that here we are. I mean, I wouldn't, but if I wanted to, I could steal one. But just to be clear, I wouldn't do that. Apart from maybe that big red and black one. We woke early because today we'd be visiting Japan's largest and most famous koi farm. It's actually kind of crazy to know that at any moment that volcano could go and this whole city could change. Kind of makes you a little bit scared, but also encourages you to make the most of now, because now is all we have. That was deep.
That was emotional.
Yeah. We then met Taka-san, a man who's trying to improve water quality at the koi farms up and down the country, but more on that later. It was time for our flight.
Hiroshima's oyster is really fresh. I really love it. Yeah.
With fried oysters, steamed oysters, and an oyster burger consumed, our appointment at the farm was due.
Thank you for waiting.
Thank you for driving us, Taka-san.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, on this delightfully bright morning, is it morning now? I don't even know. We'd come to Sakai Fish Farm, the largest, most modern, and by far the most lucrative koi farm in the world. Here they breed fish which win Grand Champion more than any other farm. For certain they hold trade secrets which all the breeders would love to know, and therefore gaining permission to film here had not been easy.
Good to see you.
We actually are quite privileged today because you don't normally get to film in this room. We've had to be invited and given permission to record in this special greenhouse. And the reason it's special is because it contains Sakai's best fish.
Next year, a new Grand Champion?
Has a chance.
It's an incredible operation here. I think this is a very slick business that is run very efficiently, whereas maybe some of the breeders I've seen in the past have been a bit more man does it as his hobby in his garden. This is not a hobby, like this is an empire.
So now we are taking photos and video for next coming up auction.
Surrounded by the very highest quality koi, which were all well out of my price range, I was excited, but also concerned that I wouldn't find a fish to meet my requirements.
Back on the road, I think.
Before returning to the airport, Ivo wanted to stop in and visit a British guy called Mike. 5 years ago, Mike had chosen to sell up back at home and move to Japan to pursue his passion of raising koi.
Oh yes, long time ago.
Your fish is in here.
My fish is in here, and last year I won a prize thanks to Mike. So
Be careful you don't trip over and I'll kill you.
To my knowledge, Mike, who built this, is the only British or like European guy who's actually come out to Japan and set up his own fish facility. He's not breeding them, he just buys them from the other farms, then grows them and gets them looking really nice, and then sells to clients across the world. But I think we need to go now because we've got to rush back to get our flight because we've left it a little bit late. I have no idea what's going on.
I should remember how to. Arigatou, Mike-san.
There was now a strong possibility of missing our flight, but since the Japanese people are such well-mannered, law-abiding citizens, there weren't going to be any speed limits broken en route.
Now it's 50 kilometers per.
Okay.
Yeah.
gate closes in 30 minutes.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
He runs as fast as he drives.
We would like to thank you for flying with Japan Airlines.
Now what? Now where?
Back to the hotel.
There are more trains. Can we go on the really fast train?
We are going on really fast.
The light speed train. What?
Light speed?
The bullet train.
We are.
They literally took that train and said, make it more pointy. The bullet train took us north to Niigata Prefecture, where koi were first bred over 100 years ago. This would surely be the place to find the perfect fish for my pond. Hey, have you got the car? Let's go! Our day would start on the banks of the Shinano River at Issa Koi Farm. Here, Taka and his colleague Chris had an opportunity to check up on a system they'd installed their filter on almost a year previous. You see, filtering the water is the main focus of raising koi. Feeding and selecting the right fish is one thing, but if water quality is not maintained, the fish will never fulfill its growth or health potential. I watched as the workers netted a pond full of slightly smaller fish. But to be honest, nothing really caught my eye. Returning to the test ponds, Taka seemed very happy. Since the test was run side by side with traditional filtration, it was clear that it worked very, very well. We continued our search, passing Danichi Koi Farm, who were in the process of building a brand new facility. The enormous investment in building these greenhouses just to keep the water warm and the masses of concrete, fiberglass and metal reminded me of that 3-month period where my back garden looked like a construction site. That was good. Got some nice underwater footage on my GoPro. Oh, I'm allergic to good quality koi.
Calendar, correct sound, right? Calendar.
Yeah.
Is very special. Day every year. For you.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Let's take a photo together. Yeah. And, yeah. And Carl.
Alright, here we go.
Really beautiful.
You could just feel the passion and enthusiasm whilst visiting these farms. Yes, you could say that they're just farmers and they're doing it for the money, but I do believe the Japanese culture of honour and commitment is wonderful to experience. I felt so welcome, and this first day in Niigata had been fantastic. However, I hadn't really found a fish yet. I think I was kind of overwhelmed by seeing so many fish that none had really had an opportunity to stand out. I asked Ivo if we could visit some smaller farms the next day, perhaps ones where we might find a hiyatsuri, like the red and black fish from the show, or some one-colour fish, as looking at my pond at home, you can probably tell how much I like them.
I didn't expect it to actually be quite this difficult to choose, because you're spoiled. You go to another farm, there's so many ponds, there's fish of all different sizes and shapes and colours, and it's harder than I expected to actually pick out one special fish. You seen something?
What about the hiyatsuri?
Oh, with the yellow?
They're quite unique.
Thank you.
Sold out?
Sold out.
Sold. Yeah, so it's already on what we thought, but we had to ask.
In a way, rubbing it in, although probably not intentionally, the breeder gave us a closer look. This fish was probably out of my budget anyway, but now, feeling a little frustrated with the lack of progress, we decided to grab some food, and sushi seemed like a good option.
This is gonna be so crispy and mate. Oh.
Itadakimasu.
Yeah.
Itadakimasu.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon or koi? That was a quick answer.
That said, since Ivo has a son who's mad for Pokemon cards, it seemed wrong to ignore them whilst in the country of their conception. He had a specific card in mind, and so we set to work trying to find it.
Very expensive paper.
Yeah, crazy expensive paper. But I bought when I'm children, more than 20 years ago.
That means 6,187 euros.
He knows what he's talking about.
He's not getting that.
He's definitely not getting that.
Well, this had been a fun distraction from koi hunting, and whilst Taka and Chris headed back down to Tokyo, it left me thinking that Pokemon and koi aren't all that different. Humans can put value in anything that makes them happy. Add scarcity to the mix, and you've got yourself a pricey asset. That said, I don't think koi are a wise place to put your money. They can die at any point and also change colour, and therefore lose a lot of their value.
I'll take all of them. This pond, one pond, please.
But hey, I still wanted to buy one, and in our first day and a half, I'd not come close to finding one that I liked, or that wasn't sold already. So it was time to get to work.
Watch out for the ice, Evo.
Oh, it's closed. No, we have to come back.
Oh.
I see Benny going.
Careful now.
Welcome to Yagenji Koi Farm.
Come with me.
This farm holds a special place within me, as it was Yagenji who bred my largest pet koi. At just over 81 centimetres, this yellow fish is known as a karashigoi, although I just call it Sunny. Anyway, before the trip, I'd kind of decided that I wanted to buy a fish from Yagenji. It's just a very professional farm with hard-working staff, clean ponds, and the view from their farm is just delightful. However, there was just one problem. All the fish on site had already been sold.
Bring me to the red karashigoi.
Evo decided that the next farm would be Marahiro. This place boasts not only a beautiful round pond, but a kind and easygoing owner.
Honestly, this is the best pond I have seen.
What did you see?
I think it's a Benigoi, but it's shiny, so Ginwin Benigoi. Very nice. As soon as we walked into Marahiro, my heart started going like heavy. I think I had a feeling. I had a good feeling.
I was interested in a big shiny red fish, but was a little tentative about making the purchase. I think I just needed to sleep on it first.
Hi.
That evening, whilst out for dinner, I kept thinking about the red fish, but was torn between that and the red and black one that I'd seen at the show.
Is that the one I spotted earlier with the... Yeah, it is. Where did he go? Do you see him? Oh, there he is. Hey, Evo. We did that quite good.
Good and smooth.
Yeah. Just a couple of sprays. Oh. It got rid of all the bubbles. This has really got me thinking. I'm a koi farmer now.
Now split by two wonderful fish, but only possessing the budget for one, I had a decision to make. But hey, what a luxury to have that choice. Heck, what a privilege to not need this fish to feed my family with. Sometimes, zooming out and getting some perspective can reflect some much needed gratitude into your life.
That one was hard. Look. We're looking for monkeys. Oh, they're everywhere. There's like 100. Look.
Oh, that one's big.
Okay.
Where do you think we will go?
You're the one that knows Japan, not me, mate.
I do think. Can you go and check if I can turn? It's not a valley or something like.
Yeah.
There's snow and okay.
It's all good.
Oh!
There's nothing like taking your mind off of something to help with making a decision.
We're back at Marihiro. I think I want it. We just need to do a couple of last checks and hope he hasn't sold it to somebody else.
To be honest, I knew what I liked before the trip, but it was amazing to have narrowed down thousands of fish to one, and my mind was finally made up. There was, however, a strange feeling in me at this point. This was supposed to be the end of my film, the high moment, and yes, it kind of was, but the purchase of this fish wasn't quite what I'd expected it to be. I felt, although I was in the gift shop en route home, happy to obtain such a wonderful souvenir, but although it had been the fish that had brought me here in the first place, it was the Japanese people's smiles, care and devotion to their craft that had truly made this trip what it was. Of course, I couldn't bring home the warmth of the Japanese people, so instead, 5 months later, a box arrived at my house.
Do you need a hand?
A box containing my beautiful Jinrin Benigoi, which every time I look into my pond reminds me of the best time in Japan.